I think we're live.
Well, hello.
Hello, Andrea.
Hello, Scott.
How cold is it there?
It is frosty cold here in Canada.
It's a bit chills here, too.
Yes,
Oh,
indeed.
hi, Lori. Can you tell me with RH negative blood, are aliens conflicting stories about wondering if it's true or not? My daughter has it, but I don't. If RH negative blood
Yeah, there's a
is connected
there's
to
a
aliens?
story that maybe Rh negative is an odd type blood because I think there's no other Rh negative blood in any other animal type or other species.
Hmm.
I think. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Da, da, da,
Hmm.
da, da, da.
That's a story. I did hear something about RH negative. I'm not sure what that really means. Hi, Kathy D, Renee, everyone. RH negative blood or alien? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm getting it now. It is special. Oops, I don't want that. How did I do that? Get over there.
Your comments show up on StreamYard. This is an example. Click on a comment to show it on screen. Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
oh yay, Beth. Okay, did I get rid of it? Okay, I guess rid of it. All right. I did not put links in the comment
Shame on
description,
you.
but I did the hashtags. So we're going to look at the Count of Saint Germain, the Kecksburg UFO incident, the myth of Adapta or Onus, Fishman, and then Bobby Fuller. What can we get on the story of Bobby Fuller? Artist of 66, up and coming 23, and supposed suicide. Strange case there, too. No real answers.
Very strange case.
In the car for a minute. Hi, Connie Brown. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
Hi. Well, you want to pull 3 cards on RH negative?
Sure.
They're not telling me anything if it's like, oh, yeah.
Rh negative blood. Alien. Or sign of alien. Rh negative blood.
Hi, Sheila. Work was horrible. Me too. It's still cold. I got all flustered watching the house house manager's trial. They really laid down with videos today. It's negative blood. It's negative. Uh, hmm. I think there's health benefits. It's special, but I'm not getting alien with 3 cards.
I got we don't know why or what it is yet. It's layered. It's got something to do with our genetics. Because I'm seeing this as the chromosome helix,
Yeah.
It could be a chromosomal thing. I don't know. Maybe they have an extra chromosome or a flawed chromosome, and that gave them the Rh negative.
something. Well, I got the Ace of Swords, so that made me feel like it's special. Knight of Wands and Three of Hearts, so that makes me feel like heart. And the Knight of Wands would be a battle type card. So it feels like this blood, when they figure it out, will be able to cure like heart disease and other things.
Hmm.
So out of those three cards, that's what I got. But I'm not getting our friends. So Count Germain.
This is a great. I hadn't heard of him before. What a fascinating read.
I know. He claims he could have been 500 years old.
Yeah, hundreds of years old. He had stories of history, like hundreds of years past, where he would retell the stories as if he was almost there.
Yeah.
He always looked the same age, right? He
As far as the accounts, yeah. He spoke like 5 languages. No clue about college or anything. Some say he may have been royalty.
He could read Sanskrit, like
Yeah.
just
He knew,
no
he knew
problem.
art.
Yeah,
knew
he,
art really
music.
well. Music. He
art.
had multiple instruments. He was an adventurer. He never stayed around long. It's really interesting man. Was he a time traveler?
Was he a vampire?
Was he a vampire? Was he an alien jump in? Was he really that old? He says that he used pseudonyms at times, can steal his actual name, contributed to some songs.
They think he figured out the
He knew
fountain of youth or something, like to live.
Yeah, he knew stuff about health.
Alchemy. He knew alchemy. He could maybe like create diamonds or fix flawed diamonds. Like, wow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow.
He could somehow fix rocks. Well, who do we know that can fix rocks? Hey. Well, I'm going to do a full spread on Count Saint Germain and see what I sense here.
So just a general throw, not a
general throw, and see where it leads us. Who is
Okay.
Saint Germain? Carol, let us know.
Saint Germain. What's the story?
Inquisitive Carol wants to time travel, huh? Love that.
Saint Germain. What's your deal?
Well, there's a proven, Julie, there was a proven, the Smithsonian Institute has a whole bunch of giant skeletons.
Yep. I was
Julie
just watching
said-
that last night.
Julie goes, was there really a giant race of humans? Yes. Some
Yeah.
were supposed to be like a 30, 40 feet tall.
That's right.
Most were reportedly, what, 8, 9 feet?
I'd say 8 to 12. There was like 8 to 12 and then like 15 to 17. And then the big ones like 35, 40 feet high. Woo-hoo.
Hate to give birth to that one.
All right. Count. What are we talking about?
Count Saint Germain.
Count Saint Germain. Yes. Count Saint Germain. Who are you? What's your deal? What's your story? Count Saint
Hmm.
Germain.
Weird. Weird.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to grab another deck and clarify quick.
He's clarifying. He's clarifying. I'll tell you what I see.
So, I mean, I got some burden cards. That's what I'm wondering about. Otherwise, I kind of know.
I see a dude with some mysterious gifts. An old dude. Old. I think he was old. Lived much longer than a human.
Well, how would that happen?
Mysterious. I'm almost feeling like he might have been a wizard of some kind.
A lizard.
Wizard.
Oh, wizard.
Wizard.
You mean like a magician wizard?
Yeah, like that. That's what I think. And I think he knew secrets of health and longevity. Now, I don't know if that's an alien card sneaking in, but I think he had a lot of intuition and telepathy.
Hey.
Fascinating person, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard.
Did I get that? No.
I think he could still be around, to be honest with you.
Well.
In a different form.
All right. Crazy. I shuffled again and clarified, and I got about 9 out of 13 of the same card. So I guess I'm where it's at then. But this time, the second time I got the world. So obviously a traveler.
Yes. Look, time traveler. Across the world, dimensions.
I got the Fool and the Page of Wands. Those are my two to start it all off with. Those are my energy cards. So I'm getting Journeyman, Messenger. Okay. And you are correct. He's a magician. He knew a lot of things.
Yeah.
4 of coins. Along with that journey and the he was there to give to a lot of people. Like we said, he helped the arts, he helped medicine, he helped everything. I think he's like he came from the stars. He's a star person, something like that.
Yep. He's not like a regular, he's not a human in the sense of a regular. He's something extra special.
Yeah. But then I have next to the star is 7 of coins and 10 of wands on my whole reading here. 7 of coins, creation, plucking your coins. I think that's knowledge. I think that's his knowledge, but the 10 of wands burdens is kind of weird.
Here's an interesting one. You see anything like this? Falling from the stars for what he did. Like it's almost he was banished by a female or something. because you're seeing burdens. And then as you were saying that, I just flipped by those cards all in the same row.
Oh.
Do you think he was banished here almost? Or like, almost like Earth was his prison. You know what I mean? Or some.
But I sense he was happy. You know, he enjoyed the company of people. He enjoyed what he was doing. So I didn't get any women.
I mean, he was happy because he wasn't around women?
You know, I mean, your throw of like being banished by a woman.
Right. Well, you were saying burdens, and I flipped by those cards. I was like, wonder if he was banished here or sent here for what he did, or what he could do.
He was a gift from above.
What he could do. Yeah, instead of what he did, it's what he could do, and that's why he was sent here. It's a fascinating read, Christina. I hadn't heard of him either. I read the link.
Count of Saint Germain.
Thank you, Lori. Your favorite mystery theater.
Okay, moving forward in my read, I got 2 of coins, some bad energy, and home. The home card, family card. Two of coins makes me feel like he had to move around. He really didn't have a home.
Yeah.
10 of cups. Five of wands. This 10 of wands and 5 of wands has really got me confused.
He knew some major secrets, man. He knows. Sorry, I'm just looking at all my cards, folks. He had the secret to eternal life, if that makes any sense. Or I don't know. That's just what I see. Because he was inhuman. He can live, keep going and going and going. Magic. The what do you call it? The fountain of youth. Drinking from the fountain of youth. Not that he literally drank from it, but he knew the.
Yeah, he had secrets.
Yeah. Together, yes.
It just feels like it was not where he wanted to be. Like he didn't want to be on Earth, but kind of made the best of it. It's kind of like his mission.
It's like he was sent here to maybe to help us in some way.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like, you know, who was that artist that we read on? Was it Picasso, Michelangelo? Who was it?
Somebody, yeah.
One of those.
Yeah.
And we were he was getting his messages from above. This guy was kind of like that. He would go around to those special people and help them, you know, give them more gifts, give them
How does someone write music, paint beautifully, know how to melt all kinds of metals, know how to fix diamonds, hobnob with the wealthy and the famous of the time, never age? Like, there's just too many things about this guy, right? It's not that if he just knew 1 or 2 things, be okay. But he read Sanskrit, he could read everything. Many languages. So something's up.
It's like he was a time traveler or something. Ace of coins, he knew everything. Nine of Wands feels like he knew a lot of secrets. He traveled long distances with Three of Wands, and he was sent from heaven.
What if he's you think he's an angel? Or if he's an angel?
Kind of like an angel, or maybe a fallen angel to, help down here because he was naughty up there, kind of thing.
That's what I said. What I said before.
I gotta get my own hits,
Okay, but it looked like he was being punished or he did something wrong, so he was sent here.
Yeah, but you didn't say fallen angel.
Well, I did now.
That's why we're on the same page and doing this together.
That's why we do. That's why I love it when we read together, because we piece it together.
All right, folks. We think Count Saint Germain was a fallen angel sent during that time to help others create music, create love, create penicillin, whatever it is.
Silver wants to know, is he still around? I think so.
All right. Let's see. I didn't get that. Well, my second throw, I had the world card, would suggest yes. Well, very kind of you, Sheila.
Germain's still around.
Is
still around.
I think that person only was allowed so much time.
I think he can be in different bodies, like reincarnated or something like that. He may not always be in the same body. Still around? Different form?
Okay, I just heard yes, but in disguise. He isn't quite as brilliant, but yeah, it feels like a reincarnated thing.
This is fascinating. This might be the most fascinating person we've ever read on.
Oh, come on.
I think so.
The Source Creator wasn't better when you got it all online?
Well, that's a whole other thing. I'm talking about an individual.
That's a whole different banana.
That was a whole other thing. I think this guy is an angel. Or wasn't, And
Jim Carrey.
Maybe did a no-no and he had to come down here and help us. Carrey's here. Hi, Jim Carrey.
Well, who's the other guy that played Noah, that comedian? So it'll either be him or Jim Carrey.
The Steve Carell?
Yeah, Carell, yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking two people that played some kind of, historical figure. Because Jim Carrey was in that one where he was talking to Morgan Freeman, God, or whatever. Whichever one it was, but that was cute too.
What is that movie called? It's called
Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty.
Is he around?
And I think the second one, wasn't it Evan Almighty?
Yeah, I think I was right with my feelings. Oops. Queen of Coins, Two of Cups. Two of Cups would be that partnership, reincarnation, I think. Queen of Earth, came back to Earth. So yeah, I don't think he's like I said, in the same realm, but he feels like a healer type person. He isn't quite as magical because we have our technology now. Plus, we got our alien friends helping us out a little bit,
I'm pretty excited. I think we just read on an angel.
Or a fallen one.
Either way.
I mean, an angel. He's still an angel, but...
He's still an angel. He just, he had to...
He was a bad boy in the 1400s. He had to redeem himself in the 17s. Yeehaw. Is he single, Miss Mesa?
Single.
Well, let's see. is
You're single and you're ready to mingle, Miss May? Is that Count Saint Germain single?
Justice. One card, Justice. Oh, atonement from past mistakes.
Right?
I was asking if he's single.
Well, I think he might not be allowed to date right now because he's busy doing his work.
Miss May sucker for a bad boy. Oh, you naughty little minx. Ha ha ha.
That was awesome.
Yeah, pretty good. Dude. A little bit more. I was actually kind of hoping he was a alien walk-in, but he felt like a fallen angel type.
This feels great. I just feel really good right now. I'm almost blissing out like before because I think I'm just feeling angel energy.
You're blissing out. That's a new thing. Instead of saying blessings and love and light, we're just going to bliss out on this channel.
This is where we bliss out.
We're going to bliss. Bliss to everyone.
This feels good. It just feels like my whole body just feels like I'm wearing like a white jumpsuit, but it's on the inside, like white light.
All right. Everyone got that bliss going on? Andrea sending bliss.
You feel like I'm filled with light right now. Because think about it. We just intermingled and came that close with an angel, right? And I'm fine.
Maybe you're an angel.
Me?
Little you. Just being in your channel and your presence brings us bliss.
Okay. Maybe we should read another topic.
Well, we're not here to compliment. We're not here to compliment each other.
Always. Oh. Thank you.
All right. Click on something quick. What are you doing? Come on.
Who, what, where?
Yeah. The UFO incident. As soon as I get this clicked. Sorry, folks. Okay. The Keckensburg UFO incident.
Doom, doom, doom.
Pennsylvania. There was more to it, but we're going to just stick to this incident. So, December 9, 1965, in Keckensburg, Pennsylvania, there was a fireball that came down. They reportedly seen it coming from Canada all the way into Pennsylvania.
Hey, from Canada.
Hey, sending fireballs.
That's what we do.
So some say, oh, it must have been a space probe from the Soviets. Some say it's Pennsylvania's Roswell. Of course, the government covered it up. I listened to a couple video reportings. One person said they seen two people that looked like the Men in Black. So, usually that's kind of like, alien comes down, two Men in Black come in to wipe your brain. Anyway. Crashing, they heard vibrations, a thump, blue lights.
Wasn't there some orange lights too? Orange orbs or something? I thought I read that. Maybe not.
In the area.
Yeah.
It's a mystical area. That might be for another time. Because that whole area and that whole mountain range and has mysterious stuff going on. So there was reports that something looked like a mushroom. That's the picture. I think people reported it saying it looked like an acorn. Not a mushroom, but like an acorn.
Same thing.
Yeah, pretty close. So it'd be a lot smaller than a normal spaceship. Most people say, 30 feet by 10 feet. This thing was, some say, the size of a small car.
Mm-hmm.
The army came in, swooped up something, had it, in undercover. Some people say they don't believe it. Some people do. It divided the town. So that's about it about that one. So we got to see, what is it? It had no wings. It had, I guess someone said it had some writing on it. That did see it.
It's almost like a bell shape, like an upside down acorn.
Right.
Like
Like a
that.
bell, upside down acorn.
Yeah.
The alleged. And they have a festival now. Streak.
I don't know, Tony. I was just sitting here thinking about it. I don't know. I still can feel it. I don't want it to go away. Oh well. Maybe I'll read on an angel again.
May have been from the angelic realm. Well, did Bob tell you if you're from the angelic realm?
I didn't ask that. I'll have to ask him next time.
I forgot. Are we going to do it again? Go deeper? You missed a couple lives?
Well, I asked a couple of personal questions because you can ask anything with Bob. So I asked. He said, people ask personal questions or things that cause them sadness in this life to help with that. And it was great. He said something. I was just like, oh yeah, okay. and then I had like a couple other questions like, how old am I, and was I ever anybody famous, in the history.
Oh, okay.
That's when he said I was a princess.
You are a princess. Well, Bob said I was a priestess.
Oh.
He said I was an Egyptian priestess.
So we're the priestess and the princess. We're a new comedy show on NBC.
Maybe I ought to dye my hair then.
I'd watch that show. I would watch our show. The priestess and the princess.
No, it's just called Bliss. The actors. The actors of the prince and the priestess. Priestess. Yeah. All right.
All right, what are we doing?
UFO. What was this acorn? How many cards? I heard throw 8. 8 cards. I heard. Get the part of what this acorn thing was. It's an awful small UFO.
I think it was like
But if it was a satellite or some kind of thing like that, you would think that would have burned up in the atmosphere. Reports say it was whole, not burned up.
That makes sense.
Hi, Patricia.
Hi.
Kathy D. Priestess and Princess, blissed out mystery theater. Nice.
Big. What's this? Mysterious. What's the name of the place it was at?
Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Small town. Uh-huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What y'all see?
It just made me more confused. Okay. I needed 9.
We got 9 cards.
This is my UFO card. UFO ship card.
Yes.
World. Outer space. Hangman. Weird. Okay. I don't think it was a ship, though. I mean, a complete ship. It feels like it was a probe or something.
Yep.
Because I'm not getting like there was alien beings in it.
Correct.
Correct. Why did you tell me the reading then, girlfriend?
I said correct because you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Oh, excellent. Hey, we're on the same page again. Check that out.
We're always on the same page. Sometimes we just on a different angle of the page.
Right. Sometimes you start from the front and sometimes I start at the middle.
That's right.
I was never a good reader. Are you one of those people when you read a book? Can you get like enveloped in it and then flow? Or do you daydream?
I don't read books. No, before
okay.
Everyone laughs.
Let's say in high school you had to do a book report. Okay.
I'll tell you what, I don't really read books and stuff because I can only read out of one eye and I'm dyslexic. So it's extra hard sometimes. So for me to read a book, I'd rather climb Mount Everest.
No. Well, you had to in high school, right?
No. I wouldn't.
All right. This will make a long story short so we can get back to the UFO.
Yes.
I hated reading. Like literature and that kind of thing. I loved reading history, you know. But say I had to read a book for a book report. I would literally read 20 some pages and then not know what I read.
Oh, you just blanked out.
I just blanked out because I'd literally flip the page, you know, it's like my mind would wander. I'd, you know, listen to something else. You know, I'd be on something else and I'd be on this page and then I'd come back and I'm reading. I'm like, this makes no sense. I'm like, I just read 20 pages again and I didn't remember anything. So I had to go back.
You were probably daydreaming, just like while you were pretending to read.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really weird. Like I said, I'd split the pages and everything. You know, I'd be 20 some pages down the road. And then I'd come back and like, what happened? It was frustrating. So I hated book reports. I didn't mind schoolwork, but I just hated book reports. So I think I was, you know, daydreaming, getting downloads I didn't even know I was getting.
Yeah, probably.
But I enjoyed reading, you know, and learning about science and chemistry and art and not art. I wasn't an artist. You know, all that other stuff. But English teacher told me to do a book report. It'd be like, no. It feels like it's a piece of the ship, like a probe or something that was dropped. I got the Emperor. Or like it had to be dropped. Emperor and Judgment. And it's all interesting. A lot of these incidences happened in the 60s. Right? Especially, I mean, you had Roswell.
Yeah.
But We read on the Canadian one, and that was in the 60s. Now this one is like 2 years before the Canadian one. But anyway, a lot of them happened in the 60s. All these crashes and whatnot. But it feels, do you think it was a gift? Like a gift to our military?
I think it was a surveillance type device. Like you said, a probe or some kind of listening device or something. They were scouting the area. I think they were taking notes, like surveying, taking notes. I think they came from above. Absolutely. From a group above, world above, balance. It's something about keeping tabs and helping. I think the ship, whatever it came from, was surveying the area. And obviously it ran out of gas or got dislodged or something and landed. But it feels like it was communicating information back to the ship. And they were tracking the data.
Messages home.
Yeah. I don't think anyone was in it.
Yeah, I'm not getting anyone on it either.
So what's in that area that they would be looking at?
Well, it was kind of part two about that NASA facility
Oh,
in that area.
right. Yes.
Yeah, I think that old NASA facility, which is now a research facility for entertainment purposes only, it's near Asheville, North Carolina. It's pretty close in the same mountain range. And there's a lot of spiritual activity in that mountain range. Chestnut Ridge and all that. It was something we're going to get into before, but or later. Target?
What were they surveying the land? What were they surveying? So the first one, bingo, they were definitely surveying that area. They wanted to know what was going on there.
What the heck was that? I'm trying to remember what that was called. Is it Perry? PIRAH. Now it's called that research facility, but it used to be a NASA government facility.
Do you think there's any aliens being held there and it was looking for them? Like signals? I don't know. It was definitely trying to find something or survey something in that area. And it was taking notes. It was like it was like a computer, a flying computer taking data or like mapped or surveying, trying to find something.
Yeah, I mean that whole mountain range is feels like it's underground something or other there. A lot of spiritual activity. I guess that mountain range is about 70 miles long. It goes from like Pennsylvania down to North Carolina, whatever. I can't remember the name because I didn't think we were going to read on it, but it came out. Like Chestnut Ridge, and then that NASA facility is in there too. Spiritual energy, Queen of Wands, messages coming. Oh. military knows. Or the devil in Hierophant. So that's my government.
I think they were trying to, they wanted, what does this feel like? They wanted to take something home. Now, it could have been medical. I don't know if there was something in the area that could help them or give them information, or they were looking for lost comrades. Or maybe there's crystals in there and they're trying to get the intel from. They definitely wanted that information to go back up to this, spaceship or the planet where they're from. Definitely, there's something in that area. Wouldn't you love to go there, just walk around and feel the vibes? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, there's a lot of spiritual stuff. I mean, people talked about Bigfoot sightings and seeing huge,
right,
huge black birds and all kind of weird stuff. I really think there's an underground facility of some sort there in that mountain range. Not sure about crystals.
May not be crystals. They were looking for something.
I'm just trying to figure that one out. But Appalachian Mountains. I don't know. I read about it. It was like someone or something said it was like a 60-mile, 75-mile mountain range. For entertainment only. It's like north of Asheville, kind of, but it's in that mountain range from, I think that Roman, no, R, starts with an R. Rondon, North Carolina, I think. Rodham. That's where that ex-NASA facility is. But anywho. It's a creepy area. Spiritual area. But I think there's a underground base there. Oh. There's a question I want to ask off the hip. Lori goes, a lot of inbreds too. Yeah, Brown Mountain. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Amy. Brown Mountain. Anyway, that's funny. All right, back to bliss.
Back to bliss.
Back to bliss. Renee got stuck in a blizzard in Asheville. Okay. Well, have a couple friends go camping up in Brown Mountain there, Beth, and have them report back. Make sure they don't go alone. They might be taken. Something hit me today when I was thinking about this Kecksburg UFO incident. When extraterrestrials and ships come down, are shown, lights, whatever, do they need portals? Do they need an energetic area to jump? Like fourth dimension in kind of thing? Like a crystal mountain or, Cheyenne Mountain or a volcano or this area, an energetic area to make that jump.
Flying through the atmosphere and then landing, they would use a portal just to arrive and then land
and leave. So like most sightings UFO incidences are only in certain areas,
Hmm.
right? Like where Beth lives, there's a lot of sightings. You know, Brown Mountain, there's a lot of sightings. You know, Area 51, there's a lot of sightings. Colorado, there's a lot of sightings. So I think there's a correlation there.
Could be an energetic field of the earth is in those areas.
Right.
Something. Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is that an energetic area of the earth, you need a partnership to create this portal to come in through a safe space, kind of.
Yeah.
So, like, they would hum around, and you would see them just take off, right? They don't just, people reported that, they take off, and they're gone. But it isn't like, they're hovering around and all of a sudden, poof, they're gone. There's always a takeoff, right? They probably have to go to a portal.
I think so, because if they didn't use a portal, we'd see them flying all over the place, right?
Right.
Because I think the portal brings them into a certain part of the atmosphere or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. And then they land, but they're not going through the atmosphere like when the space shuttle goes through it.
Correct.
Because yes.
I think it's dimension hopping.
Yeah. I dig what you're saying.
But I was saying within the earth, the dimension's here. We just can't access it. We're not using 80, 90, 100% of our brain like they can. And maybe in a couple years when Beth can. Beth can come back and tell us stories how she's space hopping. Anyway. A couple cards on portals. Is that how they hop in or out?
Cards and portals. Cards on portals.
Basically what we're saying is that you need that energetic place in the earth to make that hop.
Alien ships using portals.
Of course I like to learn, sweetie. This is what we're here for. We're learning as we're reading.
I watch so many things. I'm so grateful that there's video and audio and I don't have to read books. It's too hard for me to read. I'm so glad. I wish all that was available when I was a kid in school. It would have been a lot easier. But back 19,000 years ago in Atlantis, they didn't.
It's so much easier.
Okay.
The stratosphere? No, we're thinking the energetic source of a volcano or a crystal mountain. That underground bases in Antarctica and Arctic create their own.
Yeah.
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 They're all around the world.
There's your area, your area, yeah.
World, spaceships, Earth.
And there's a vibration or an energy in those areas.
Using the brain.
Boom. And then, yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Got to use the energetic mind, be balanced, full of love and life and balance, like you're in harmonious state. Yeah. I think that's what it is. It has to be part of the earth. You know, the harmonic
Yeah.
state.
Yeah, that the frequency or whatever it is right in those areas. So that's why if you don't live in one of those areas, you're probably not seeing, you know, I don't see anything where I am. I think that, yeah, those areas have the energy fields or whatever.
Yeah. I think it feels like, any base they may have put in the earth too is another field. Like you remember that crazy reading we did on Antarctica. It was a huge
That's
ship
the
down
place I want to go. I would love to go to Antarctica. I would love to go on one. I even looked it up. It's like
there.
ten to $20,000. You know that you go on those great big ships, and they cut through the ice, and you go to Antarctica. Man, I would love to go.
I don't think you can't get near that base though.
I know, but still, it'd be close. And that's a lot of moolah.
Okay.
Lots of moolah.
Over an hour. Okay. Next.
Next. You see how official Scott is, you guys? He's putting me to shame. He's got stuff printed out. He's got a highlighter. It's
a lot easier than writing it all out. But anyway, the myth of Adapta.
Yes.
Better known as Onas. Onnes. Or the Fishman. Who lived in the Persian Gulf and taught wisdom and the civilizations to human beings back in Babylonian time. The myth says that he went out fishing in the Persian Gulf, capsized, and hurled into the sea. And broke a wind, south wind, at 7 days in the wind, could not blow. The sky god Anu was angered and sends for Adapta to explain himself. Adapta receives counsel how he should behave by the gods. So he got, some reason it says he got counsel for his ship.
Because it's something like he changed the wind on Earth, and he wasn't supposed to do that. He got tossed over in his boat, and he was so angry at the wind, he stopped the wind or something like that. And then he got in trouble.
Okay, got in trouble for, okay.
Yeah. Miss May broke wind.
Yeah, good point. Broke wind.
Miss May, you are full of it tonight.
So the Mesopotamian story of the fall of the man, in that it explains why human beings are mortal.
So he got into trouble, and he had to go up to where the gods are. And his father told him, when you go, do this stuff. Like, there were two guards, like pretend you know them. And when you go in to the god, I forget his name, Anu or something, if he offers you food or drink, don't take it. But if he gives you oil to anoint yourself, you can do that, and you can wear the robes that he wants you to wear. So the son went up, and he said hello to the dudes, and then he went in and he refused the food. And Anu thought, why is he refusing this food? It was food to give him life for forever, I think. But his father had warned him not to take it because his father thought it would be poison. So then he was banished back down to earth to be immortal. And that's why humans are mortal, I think is the story. Because he refused the offering of the god, I believe was Anu?
Anu.
I think that's the story.
So, I guess, since it's a myth, we want to know what the story actually is. Is this just a psychic creation handed down that this is a story, but I mean, it's like, how can someone be a fish man, right? Or is this something,
Unless you mean,
I
did he
think
look like,
with
did he
it
look like a fish, or was he a fish because he fell in the water and so they call him Fish Man?
right. But no, they described him as a fish man. He looked like a fish.
Hmm.
So they called him a fish man, and he taught wisdom and other things to civilizations.
Yeah, he lived amongst the humans and taught them
Right.
what to do because he had learned, or something like, right? He had learned from the gods above, and
So it's a good story if anyone wants to actually read it. The Myth of Adapta. It's interesting. But we want to know, who is this Onaz? Or is this just a story? See, the myth is that he went out fishing, right? And then he caught. So I want to know who this, probably not even saying it right, Onaz, but was he a fish man? Who is this? Is this the correct adaptation of the story? Was this person a great teacher? Aquaman's dad.
don't get me started about Jason Momoa. We'll never get out of here.
Oh my God. Hilarious. Water cheers. Right. The tales of angels mating with animals. Well, thanks, Sheila. We enjoy these. Just digging into spirit and seeing what we sense of what's going on.
I think it's
I don't think he's a fish man.
I don't think he's a fish man, but I think the story is true on some levels. But over time, tales get created. Broken telephone, that kind of thing. All the details don't come through.
Yes.
Yes, but I do think he. I don't know how to describe it. He went through the chaos and he fell back down to the earth, where he became immortal.
Renee says Aquaman t-shirt. Jason Momoa.
Just send Jason Momo, whatever his name is, Mimosa.
Send him yourself.
I think he's married though, so.
My
cousin met him in California, and she got a picture with him, and I'm like, "Are you serious?" And she goes, "He's so gorgeous." I'm like, "Oh my God!" And he was so nice, apparently. I think there's some truth to this story, but over time it passed down the story. I don't know that he was a fish.
No, I don't think he was a fish.
You really picked a tough one, I got to be honest with you.
It kind of feels like the whole Moses thing.
Mm.
He goes up in the mountain,
Learns lessons.
sees all this knowledge at a burning bush.
Yeah. Brings the message back down.
He went out. He feels very burdened, very worrisome of what's going on. It feels like he went fishing just to escape. Got all these burden cards. Looking for guidance, 10 of wands, 5 of wands. Arguing, burdens. This is the past scenario. Wants to get away. Then I have energetic action, Queen of Wands, and the Star. It's telling me kind of like how this arrived. The Star would feel like energetic guidance from above. Queen of Wands would be your seer type person, or your priestess, or your princess type person.
Yeah.
There was an action taken. Power, Ace of Wands. Action, power, got the ring. The master. So I think when he went fishing or whatever, something happened out there, either reborn, something, and came back to be a messenger. New path, page, empress. New path, new messenger, love, messenger from above. And I have your institution or your guidance or your angels here with the Hierophant surrounding it. If he came back a seer, you know, kind of like Moses went up there and he came back with the tablets and he knew things, right? It feels like he went out fishing, came back a seer. I don't see a fish man.
Like he had an experience or something.
Mm-hmm. An earthly experience.
Yeah.
King of Wands, Queen of Coins. He came back, King of Wands, from an earthly experience with the Queen of Coins. You know, I don't know if it was, you know, like a, what do you call it? Got flipped by a tsunami or something, or, you know, died for a while and
Yeah.
reborn, something like that.
Yeah.
But I think the fish man is because he went fishing, you know, and came back. You know, it's like adaptation of fish. You know, because he came from the ocean, he was reborn, whatever. That's what I'm thinking this Adapta story is.
Yeah. That
It's kind of like the Moses story when he goes up, but there's like an awakening. Think we're on target with that? We think we found bliss? Onus wasn't an Anki. Maybe. That whole story is kind of weird too. The Anunnaki and Enki and all that. Because I think he was okay. Pan was Lord Enki. After initial landing on Earth and scuba suit, there was a hybrid son. I don't think so. That's a fairy tale, I think. I don't think this Adapta turned Onus was like a god figure, more of a guider. You know what I mean?
Have you seen the, hieroglyphics of the Anunnaki, I believe it is, and they're wearing a fish? There's a fish covering their body.
Wasn't that fish symbol, or the Pisces symbol? Isn't that kind of like the
I was
infinity?
wondering if it could be the age of but I was wondering if it's because they landed in the water and came out and they had like David saying, not a scuba suit, but maybe a space suit, and it was silver. And the people equated them coming out of the water in the silver outfit as looking like a fish. But maybe that's way off.
Maybe that's where Pisces came from. I suddenly seen that symbol of, the crossing tail.
Yeah.
Pisces.
Because they've etched them into the walls with a fish on their back. Like the fish head sits on their head, and then the fish is really long down to their feet on their back. And I was just thinking, like, is it because the fish are silver and reflective, and the Anunnaki came out of their ship in obviously like a spacesuit that would have been reflective.
Mm-hmm. Feeling that. Well, David, I think we got to. I remember a little bit about the NK or whatever. Got to read up on them because it's not really getting a hit, and it feels separate to me. Read on time travel. What do you want to know about time travel? GD. Hour and a half. It is a really cool story, but I think it's, like we said, it's a little psychic adaptation.
Mm. Right, Renee, because the people of the time didn't understand what a spacesuit was. So they drew a fish. They came out of the water and they were silver, so they look like big fish. I don't know.
Messenger. Anyway, I think he was a god type. Okay. I heard grab new deck.
What is next?
Bobby Fuller.
Oh, that's a very interesting story.
23-year-old musician. Passed away in his car. Blood, a little bit of blood, and with it gasoline smell on him. I think the gasoline caused him to die.
But he was also kind of beat up too, which was strange. There
was some abrasions.
Yeah, abrasions. And he was actually famous. He was in the band, the Bobby Fuller Four or something like that.
Yeah,
and the song I broke the law, but the law won. I think that's their song.
Mm-hmm.
So he's pretty famous, young guy. And his mother kept looking like he lived at home. His mother was worried. She had already lost one son. So when her son didn't come home and her car was gone, she kept looking outside in the parking lot. Wasn't there. And eventually she looked again. The car was there and her son was inside in the driver's seat, but already basically deceased, right? With the gasoline and some abrasions and like, how did he get there when he wasn't there? And how does a dead man pull a car into a parking lot? Because they said his bladder was full on the autopsy, which meant that he would have been passed out for a while before he died. Like, it just says it's very strange. And the last person to admit that they saw him was the landlord of the building. who saw him at about 3 a.m. He came down for a drink or something like that. I mean, what a weird. I mean, how is the mother looking at the parking lot? There's nothing. Then she looks again. The car's there. She runs down, and her son is inside, in this condition. I mean, that's crazy.
No. Some reports said he had rigor mortis started.
Yeah.
So it wasn't right away. So he'd have been past hours.
Oh, he had burns on his skin from the gasoline being on his skin and the sun hitting the gasoline. I believe that's what I read, because it
Right.
started to heat up the skin.
That would take time.
So weird.
I seen a report that the production company had mob ties.
Yeah. Could be something from that. Because he wanted to go out on his own. He didn't want to stay in the band anymore, I think. And maybe
that was rumored.
Music company was like, no.
It's never been solved. Well, they say it was solved, but it's basically a mystery.
How did someone kill themselves when a car that wasn't there?
And park it.
Unless, I just saw something in my head. Did he get so drunk he was out drinking with somebody, even the landlord, and they passed out, but he was actually dead, and the person just put him back in the car, brought the car home. It's probably the landlord. I don't know. We can read on it.
Tragic.
It's crazy. And his friends said, the other band member said, there's no way he would have killed himself. He had way too much. Like, he was too popular, too young, dating all kinds of, women and like everything to live for. So.
Yeah, right. Correct, Jennifer. I fought the law and the law won. Yeah.
What happened to Bobby Fuller? Well, why would he be full of gas? Why would you have gasoline all over yourself?
Right. Makes no sense. Hey, Clarence. Why is this upside down? It has something to do with an offer he didn't like.
Yep.
And contracts.
Yep. You got exactly what I got. I was so convinced it was the landlord before I shuffled. I'm like, it was totally the landlord. Boom. I got contracts. I got money. It's all linked to that. So it's probably the record label. Yeah. I got legal. I got the contract. He wouldn't sign it. He wanted to move on. I have the bad man in the very center of the reading. And then I have, it was about money. And it was like the head guy of the record company or whatever. Wow, we both got exactly the same thing.
Head guy of the record company, the man with all the money. Record logo. He had him. The hangman, he wanted to keep him.
Yep.
He didn't want him to go. Offer imprisonment in the path he wanted to take. Anxiety about the messages. He was defending himself. On the bottom of the deck, here's your contract. How's it end, though? Figure out who.
I think he wanted to break out and be his own star. So that, I get that is the truth, right? He didn't want to be in the band anymore.
That's the story.
And they felt that was going to hurt the record company. It would fall. Sales would fall. They'd lose money. I think they may have offered him a gift of like a little bonus to stay, but he said no. And that was it. And they roughed him up. Maybe it went too far. Maybe they were just trying to scare him, but he actually passed.
They needed to clarify. It does feel it was like a choice. What Bobby told them gave him a choice.
No, it's not suicide. They killed him.
Right, Christine. I think the record label, who had mob ties,
they roughed him up. Now, did they intend to kill him, or did he die by mistake?
We got who and why.
Yeah. So was it a scare tactic that went too far?
Sheila, did you read? Sheila said she was going to read on it.
Did they read?
Also, I was wondering what she got. I think the gasoline must have been a way of hiding something.
Possibly.
Definitely feels like an argument.
I'm getting the whole story again, but I asked, did they mean to do it?
Yep. I think so, Kathy D. It was very similar with, who's that other dude we read on? Similar. I mean, he wasn't. Who was he? We got the record label, took him out. He was the older guy, though. Not a record label, but the company.
I can't remember.
Oh, it was Hogan's Hero guy.
Yeah, him. The studio head.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think they meant to kill him. I think he, his heart gave out or something during the beating or whatever they did to him. I think it was to rough him up. And again, I keep getting the same story. It was about the contract and the money. And maybe they left him tied up too long and he went blue. Do you know what I mean? He passed. I don't know that they meant to kill him. They meant to scare the crap out of him, and it went wrong. Yeah, I don't think they meant to kill him, Courtney. I think they were muscling him, like going to scare him into signing the contract and staying in the band. And then it just went the wrong way.
Emperor.
So it feels to me like they had him gagged and they threw gasoline on him to scare him. You know what I mean? All these scare tactics might have beat him a bit, and that's why he would be covered in gasoline. They're going to probably say we're going to light a match or something, and he actually died of fright or he had a heart issue or something, or suffocated. I don't think it does not feel or doesn't look like to me that it was intentional. But I mean, that's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, it is. But every person, I just kept throwing cards till I got an understanding, but a lot of people came out in this one.
Yeah.
King of Swords, Queen of Cups, Queen of Coins, King of Coins, Emperor, Lovers, the arguments, death, illusions, delusions.
And the autopsy said his bladder was full, so he was passed out for a while. So he could have passed out from the gas fumes if they had him his mouth covered. And then they realized he died, so they just dropped him off at home.
Well, he was tied up somehow. The Eight of Swords came out again.
I feel really sad. He's a young guy. He's like 23. I can feel this, like he was just so scared and being bullied into this. And then he passed. They may not even know he had passed until it was too late.
I think there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Obviously, with all these.
Poor guy.
Yeah, he wanted to walk away, do his own thing. Feels like he was being treated unfairly. Oh, the Seven of Cups come out again. He may have been high or drunk at the time.
Yeah, I think he was intoxicated, which may have made it worse, right?
You think it was a chance encounter?
It feels to me like he was tied up and thrown gasoline on him, and I don't know how a chance encounter he'd be covered in gasoline.
It feels like that night he was stressing over a love interest that came up again. He may have left with the car or something, and then this King of Pentacles come out again. Either was following him or wanted to talk.
It could be the muscle men for the
right arguments. It feels like he wasn't in the state of mind to be talking at that time.
I think he was gagged. I think he had probably too much to drink, and then they got him, and he could have thrown up from being so drunk, and that's how he died. Maybe it was asphyxiation that way. I'll tell you why, because it doesn't feel, we've read on some other stuff and you can feel things.
Yeah.
It feels like it was a mistake. And it doesn't feel like suicide. It doesn't
Right.
feel like he was shot at point blank range by somebody. It feels like it was a mistake.
Yeah. I think it was a combination of things because, like I said, it does feel like he was either drunk. They didn't say the substance in his system, but bladder was full. Either combination or whatever. He wasn't in a good state of mind. It feels like there was issues with a woman, but he met up with someone within that, record label, whatever.
Yeah.
It feels like he didn't want anything to do with it. It's kind of like, leave me alone. No, you're going to talk to me. He had bruises or
Yeah.
contusions or something, maybe a little bit of grabbing, whatever.
Yeah.
Like you said, maybe they did gag him, whatever. You got to listen to me. And it does feel like an accident. Because I'm feeling more arguing than, like, so I think the gasoline and everything else was just kind of like to cover it up.
Or in like scare tactics against him, we'll set you on fire if you don't sign the contract kind of thing. And somehow he just he passed out of fear, or he gagged, or he couldn't breathe.
But I do feel he was tied up somehow.
Yes.
This came out a couple times.
Yes.
And she's all tied up there, blindfolded, gagged, whatever.
That's exactly what happened.
So that's what, with these two together, kind of feels like what you're talking about. The Fool and the Hermit. The journey, taking a step back from things, reevaluating. My throws aren't showing me violence.
That's what I mean. It doesn't feel like that.
No.
It doesn't even feel dark in a way. It feels like it was a mistake. Like they scared him to death, or he choked, or something like that. I'm not saying what they did wasn't dark or mean,
Right.
obviously, but
it was like a cover up. I mean, if you wanted to really whack someone, you wouldn't put them back in their parking lot.
No.
They'd be in a grinder and the car maybe, wiped and left somewhere.
Yeah.
No, they'd put them back, where mom could find them and try to cover it up with the gasoline. I think the gasoline feels like a cover up to me. So, yeah. Another 60s, 70s mob tie, they want the money and not for the people kind of thing. For entertainment only. People.
Read the cards.
People.
Read the cards.
Just flopping cards. All right. We were talking there for a bit. And both my throws came out that 7 of cups too. Illusions. It kind of makes me kind of like the moon card. It kind of makes me feel like you were dizzy, drunk, whatever. You know what I mean? It's all about interpretation, but yeah, I don't sense either it was malicious, but it definitely involved a lot of people. Just about every people card came out. But definitely, I felt it involved the record label. Kind of like that person over in Russia. Don't like what's going on, just go out a window.
Hmm.
Or over in that other place called China, they just disappear. Never know where they went. Sheila's employer is the federal government. Well, hopefully our current won't take you out there, dear. I think you're good. Oh my God, you're being harassed. That's horrible. Are the people you reading on from the future and went back to the past? Mandela effect? No, who are we reading? No, we're reading on.
Maybe they were referring to the first one we read on. Count.
Oh,
Can't remember his name.
no,
Lord something. Count something.
Now I got Mandela stuck in my head. Oh no, Saint Germain.
Saint Germain.
Saint Germain.
The angel.
Yeah, Saint Germain. Yeah, he's the fallen angel. Oh my God, people! Did you see? Ugh, I don't know if you want to see. Just that today. Got home from work and watched MSNBC. I'm just like,
Scott's talking about the trial. I didn't watch it, but he said there was lots of footage that was very disturbing about the incident at the Hill, Capitol Hill. That's not good.
nuts.
Well, right. Well, did we
Didn't
get
you two
through
read
it?
the Mandela effect? Yeah, wait, didn't we read it? Do we read the Mandela effect?
Not tonight. Not tonight.
I'm just wondering if we did. I think we
I
did.
don't know. Did we? Well, Renee would know. Renee, have we ever read on the?
That's true. But yeah, that's it's basically the same thing what Trump's doing. You know, the Mandela effect of programming people.
Mm. Well, she says in November we read on it. Thank you, Renee.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
Mm.
All right. I got another cold day. My knees ache from working in the cold.
Me too. It's freezing up here.
They don't like cold. Well, you didn't have to go outside though, did you?
No.
Saint Germain.
Okay, are we pulling a card for everybody?
Yeah. I pull top and bottom for bliss.
We're blissing out.
We're gonna be blissing out from now on. The priestess and the princess are blissing. God never said you're an emperor.
Me an emperor?
Yeah.
No, I didn't ask. He said a princess, though.
Were you Rapunzel?
He said he could see me in my gown and all the jewels and my tiara and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, that's all right. That sounds right. You know, probably a great big giant diamond tiara, I would think.
Aww. Why can't they just show up at your doorstep? All right.
All right.
Couple cards for lovely people tonight.
Jody, you're so late. We're leaving. Well, we waited for you to show up. All right. What's the message for everyone? Red card. Valentine's coming up. Red. Free yourself from pain. Beautiful card. So
Whoa.
let go of your pain, my friends. Free yourself from it.
Oh my God.
It's a pretty red card. What did you get? Same card?
Same card.
No way. You did too. Release.
Let go of the past. The other card was the Emperor. Use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. Well, I'm guessing if you let go of the past and release, you can be an emperor.
You can be full of compassion. You can let go of
Focus. Yes. You know what's strange? I think the last 4 times I pulled cards that came out similar.
Because you and Debbie had, I think, the same ones on Sunday, didn't you? Yeah.
Pretty much, except I had, I think I had release and the High Priestess.
Yes. Yeah.
Release, you get your intuition. Release, you become stronger.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
You free yourself. It literally says free yourself. So you know, think of all the beautiful things that can happen when you free yourself.
What, Judy? On the weekend it was negative 51? What are you talking about?
Where do you live, Judy?
Or 51? That's a negative. That can't be. Are you in the
North Pole?
Are you in the Arctic? The North Pole? Missing the chat. That's just crazy. 78 cards and getting the same thing for people the last 4 times.
Well, that is a theme that everyone needs to listen to.
Shuffling.
Okay.
70 degrees today. Oh, Kathy D, you make me sad. Yellow knife was 51. Oh, Celsius. How we flip that around? Minus 10? It's like 0 here.
0. That's nothing.
No, you're like minus 15.
Let's see. Yeah, it's going to be, minus 18 overnight. Better wear the flannel pajamas. Big snowstorm Saturday. All right. Well.
Oh, I forgot to do that in the beginning.
What?
The public service announcements. I'm going away this weekend.
Right.
Andrea's taking charge. Miss Bliss is taking charge of Coffee Sunday. So the 154 here at least will see this.
So yes, Sunday morning coffee show will be on my channel. Thank you, Scott, for handing me the reins on that one for one shift. Yep. Scott's got a romantic weekend planned. He's gonna work that Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah, 10 years. 10 years with my lady.
That's beautiful.
We're just going to a hotel. Only us.
That's so nice. Yeah. Hopefully nice getaway.
Get jiggy with it. We're gonna dance. You're gonna dance.
Oh, dance. Yes, dance.
Jiggy, getting jiggy. What were you thinking?
That's wonderful.
What were you thinking?
Nothing. Hey, dance any way you want.
All right.
It's Valentine's Day.
Since the inception of Sunday coffee, the first one I'll miss.
Ooh. How can we have it without you? Maybe I'll just put a picture of you like right here so that you're still. You'll be on the show still.
You won't even know.
Won't even know. We'll say, Scott, your screen is frozen. We'll just have your picture.
You guys will do great. When whoever, or if you have any, maybe it's you and Debbie.
Yeah, we're searching. Danny turned us down because he's spending time with his wife too. So you guys are like,
God, what a bunch of bummers.
right? You're just totally shutting us out.
Mm. Maybe you just be the fabulous too, huh?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, lovely for everyone's numbers that have some anniversaries coming up in May and whenever. Just wonderful. All right, Miss Bliss, and everyone here, thank you for joining us. It's been great. Love. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. No Man Cave weekend. I think next a week from Thursday, we're gonna do another Man Cave, maybe. Danny and I.
Danny and I are going to record a show tomorrow night, so it'll get posted at some point.
Cool. Lots of Danny time.
We're doing world news.
World news.
World news.
Excellent. All right.
All right.
Love,
Bye, everybody.
light, and blessings to everyone. Night, Wonder Woman.
Listen out.
Bliss. Come on.